Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is B-Trey back at it with another video for y'all. And in this video, I just wanted to show y'all two different methods you can use when you are bidding on a commercial building for cleaning. Again, two different ways, two different methods you can use when you are bidding on a commercial building for cleaning services. So the first way is by labor hours. So if you are new to the cleaning industry, you just started your cleaning business, or if you already have your cleaning business and you just want some more information, labor hours is labor. How much labor will it take for one person to clean this building? So when you are on your walkthrough, they're showing you around, you're taking notes, you're smiling, and you're listening to the prospect. They're telling you what areas they need clean, how often they need it clean. You're taking a lot of notes, and it's important to take your notes because when you get back home or you get back to your office, you want to figure out how long will it take one person to clean this building. So for an example right here, I have a picture of a 6,000 square feet office space right here. This is a picture of a 6,000 square feet office space. So as you can see, once you enter in, there's a couple little desks. You come around, you're grabbing the trash. You're coming all the way down here. You're grabbing the trash. If the desk is clear, you're wiping their desk. If they want their desk wipe on a walkthrough, you should ask that. If the desk is clear, would you like us to wipe it? And also too, your dusting. Normally that's once a week. You will ask them, would you, if they don't say it, you ask them, would you like the top of the cubicles and computers dusted weekly? So you'll take notes and you will definitely factor that into your bid because you have to see how long it will take one person to clean this building. So like I said, you're coming through, you're doing the trash, you might be wiping the desk, and you're coming all the way through here. You're coming back around. And these doors right here, these are pretty much how it looks right here. Just some small offices. So you're just going in, you're doing the trash, maybe the recycling, and that shouldn't take too long. That's all you're doing is trash, recycling, doing a quick wipe of their desk, right? And weekly, you're going through maybe every Friday, and you're dusting, right? Also, you have a break room. You're doing their desk as well, the counters, the exterior of the refrigerator, and last but not least, you have a bathroom, maybe two bathrooms. You're doing the toilet. You're mopping, of course, making sure the paper towels and tissues are good to go, as well as the soap, right? So how long will it take one person to clean this building, right? So as you can see, this building here, and of course you're going to be vacuuming as well. So if it's already clean on the floor, there's no reason to vacuum it. So you're just going through. If you see like some crumbs or anything on the carpet, you're definitely going through and you're definitely vacuuming everything that you see so you can pick up. So when they come back in the morning, everything is clean, right? So how long will it take one person to clean that building? So it has been researched already. A 6,000 square feet building, it should take one person about 2 hours to clean that office building that we just saw, right? Should take 2 hours. Now there are different factors into it that I'm not going to go in because I don't want to give out too many different numbers, but it should take about 2 hours to clean that office building. And what I mean by too many numbers is because if they have more bathrooms, it'll take a little bit longer. If it wasn't all carpet, if you have to mop a lot of that space, that will also take you a little bit longer as well. But just to keep it simple, if that's a 6,000 square feet building, and it will take 2 hours, and it's already been researched that it should take one cleaner 1 hour to clean 3,000 square feet. So it should take one cleaner or staff member. That's what I like to call, those part of our staff. So one cleaner or staff member to clean 3,000 square feet, right? So if it takes one cleaner to clean 3,000 square feet in 1 hour, it would take 2 hours for them to clean 6,000 square feet. You just double it. So you double that to 2. Then we'll just double that to 6,000, right? I don't know where the cleaner part went. Okay, so it will take a cleaner 2 hours, 2 labor hours to clean that 6,000 square feet office that we just saw. Okay. So 2 labor hours. So when you're on your walkthrough, you're taking your notes, you go back home or to your office, you want to figure out how long will it take one cleaner to clean this office. Okay. Now, don't try to say, oh, man, I can clean this, bust this out in 45 minutes. You don't want to do that. All right. You want to really sit down and focus on how long will it take one cleaner to clean that office that you just looked at. Okay. So you want to say, oh, man, I can bust this out in 45 minutes. No, because now you will be something called underbidding, right? You'll be underbidding, meaning you'll put a low price and it won't be worth it. Also, you don't want to overbid. You don't want to say, man, that probably take me about 20 hours, right? Because now you'll overbid. You'll put so much money on your bid. They're not even going to look at your bid because it's way too much money. Okay. So you want to try your best to figure out how long will it take one person to clean this building right here. And if you have that formula of it will take one cleaner 1 hour to clean 3,000 square feet, and this is 6,000 square feet, meaning if you double the hour right there, it'll be 2 hours to clean 6,000 square feet. But like I said, I don't want to get too much into numbers and things like that, because when you do go to the office, a lot of times they don't know the square footage. So that's why it's good to, if you want, you can bring a couple of devices. You can bring a wheel, and you can Google this. You can it's like a wheel, and it will take a measurement of the office space. So what you'll do is you'll get your wheel, you'll start from right here, and you'll just walk, and that wheel, while you're walking, it will tell you the square footage of the building. So you'll go that way, then you'll go from here to there, right? And it'll tell you the square footage of that office. All right. So another one is a laser. You can also get a laser. You can look that up on YouTube, where there's like a little device you hold in your hand, and it's a laser, and pretty much you'll be standing here, and that laser will be right here, and it'll measure the square footage. So those are good tools to use as well. But like I said, I don't want to get too much into that. We just want to keep it simple. How long will it take one staff member to clean that 6,000 square feet office that we just saw? So let's say you come back home, you got your notes, you're in your office, and you say, okay, I believe it'll take 2 hours for us to do a job that the client wants us to do. They want us to do the trash. They want us to do all of these things. It'll take us 2 hours to clean it, right? So now what you want to do, because you have your 2 hours, right? 2 labor hours. You want to multiply that by how much will I be paying my cleaner? Now, some companies have subcontractors that they use. Some people set up their business with employees. Right now, we use employees right now, W-2 employees. So this number is going to be different for everybody because every state is different. Here in upstate New York, minimum wage is $17 an hour, right? So we could pay at minimum wage at 17, but we normally go a little bit more to 18, right? So I'm going to put $19. So I'm going to be paying this cleaner $19 an hour, all right? So again, we have our labor hours. It'll take 2 labor hours to clean that office we just saw. So that 2 labor hours, multiply that by 19. So even though I'll be starting them off at 18, I always put $1 or $2 more because I want to give them a raise. If they're doing really good, they're coming on time, and they're cleaning well, I want to eventually, as a company, give them a raise within about 3 months, right? So I always put $1 or $2 more so we can cover that raise. So we have 2 labor hours, right, which is the most important. We got to figure out how long it will take us to clean that building. And we're going to multiply that by $19 an hour. And let's say we was cleaning this building 5 days a week, right? So we'll take that, get the calculator out really quick. So we'll take 2 labor hours, right? Let's say it's Monday, right? It took the cleaner 2 hours and we're paying him $19 an hour. That comes out to be $38 $38 for that one day. Okay. So it'll take $38 for that one day. So if we're cleaning Monday through Friday, again, we got our 2 labor hours, right? That will take the cleaner to clean it. We're paying them $19 an hour. So it'll take them it'll be $38, let's just say, for Monday. All right. So now we have to multiply that by how many days are we going to that building to service the building. So if you're going to that building 5 days a week, you'll take the $38 and you'll multiply that by 5 days a week. And that comes to $190 a week for us to clean this building right here. $190 a week to clean this building right here. Okay. So now let's go back here. I'm kind of looking up because I've got 5% here. So I'll make sure that's charged next time. All right. So $190 a week. So when you go ahead and send your bid, you don't send a weekly amount. You send a monthly amount. So we have our $190 and you want to multiply that, your weekly price, by the month. How many weeks are in a month? 4. But sometimes there are 5 weeks in a month, right? So you want to multiply that by 4.33. So you got your $190 a week. You times that by the month, 4.33. And we come out to be $822.70. So this right here is your labor for the month. That's not your total cost. That's not everything. That's just what you'll be paying the cleaner to clean that building. You'll be paying them $122.70 every month, right? And obviously, if you're paying them weekly, they'll be getting the $190, however you're doing it. All right. Okay, so you'll be paying them $122.70, and that is the total labor. All right. So now that we have our $822.70, you have to get your profit, right? So you paid your cleaner $122.70 a month. Now we have to figure out your profit. A lot of people do average of 30%. Some people go more. Hey, I want 40%. Some people do less, 20%. But if I was you, I would just stick at about 30%. Okay. So you have to times this by 30%. This is going to be your profit. Okay. 30% profit. This is how much your company will make once you pay the cleaner. So let's multiply that. Let's go 822. And just to make it easier, we'll just stick with the 822.70. 822.70 times 30 comes out to be $246.81. So that's how much your company will be making once you pay the cleaner. All right. You'll be making $246.81. All right. So now, obviously, if you want more money, more for percentage, go ahead and put that to 40. Right. That's totally up to you. But if I was you, just stick to 30%. So you can be something called pretty much in the market to bid. Right. So you'll be making $246.81. Now, if you're saying, that's not a whole lot of money. Well, I'm in this program. It's called the Clean Biz Network. And AJ Simmons, he said, get about 10 of these, right? Now, if you get about 10 of these, now you're making what? You're making, what's that, $2,000 a month. You get about good 10 of these contracts right here, these smaller, medium-sized office buildings. Now you're making over $2,000 and you're not even cleaning. You're paying cleaners and now you're making $2,000 because you got 10 of these, right? So like I said, just to keep it simple, we're going to stick here at $246.81. All right. So now you want to add on a few other different things. So you have your $246.81, but now you have to add in your supplies because you want the client to pay for all of these things, right? Obviously, you don't tell them this, but you want the client to pay for all of these things. So just come up with a guess on the supplies. Okay, we're gonna be bringing our chemicals, our cleaning solutions. We'll be bringing our rags, things like that. So just come up with a price on supplies, and let's just say $100 for an example. Let's see here if I can make this a little bit smaller here. Now, also, let's say you're going to have taxes, right? Put this right here. Let's say you have taxes, things like that, taxes, workers' comp, things like that. Just to keep it simple, like I said, you'll have to figure that out. It depends on how your company is set up, but let's just say $100 as well. Supplies, taxes, pretty much like your overhead, right? Then you can put something called other expenses, if anything pops up, and we'll just put $50. All right. So now we'll add all of these things together, and that will be the bid that you will be putting on your proposal to give to your client. So we have $822.70 plus $246.81 plus $100 plus another $100 plus $50, and that comes out to be $1,319.51. So this right here will be your bid that you will put on your proposal. So like I said, the labor hour of 2 hours, it might take a little bit longer, especially when you add the bathrooms, And if it was some mopping, but I just wanted to keep it pretty simple for y'all. So my opinion, I believe this will take about 2.5 hours, 2.5 to 3. And I would have put that on my bid, but just to keep it simple, I'm just going to keep it at 2 hours. And I am going to do a part 2 because my Mac is the battery's about to go out. So I do apologize for that. So with that, look for a part 2. And if you have any questions, anything, please leave a comment below. I do have some links to the software program that our company is in if you're interested, as well as a free proposal if you're interested in that. And again, this is just an example. If it was me, I probably would have put about 2.5 labor hours. But just to keep it simple without the more decimals, just keep it at the 2 hours so y'all can understand this is a method right here that you can use to bid. And the other one I was going to show y'all really quick was a bidding calculator from the Clean Biz Network. You just put in some things and it will give you a number to put on your bid. So with that, look for a part 2 and God bless.